Hello and welcome to Monday Morning Detective, the podcast. I am your host, Gino Scala. Now today we're going to report on an incident that occurred last week, and it may be one of the saddest and most tragic incidences that I've seen in a long time. A 22-year-old driver in California, Malibu, California, plowed into 4 sorority sisters, Pepperdine students, killing all 4. That's the event that took place. Now, besides the fact that this is, a terrible tragedy, it's compounded by the fact that these 4 young ladies, approximately 20 to 22 years of age, were all graduating in June of 2024, next year. They were seniors. They are all independently beautiful women with an unbelievable future to their lives. And it's just a shocking thing to read about, even being 2,000 miles away from the event. I'm quite familiar with that area of Malibu, and specifically Pepperdine. It's a huge, beautiful campus. Sits on top of a hill overlooking PCH and, of course, looking out into the ocean. This is the most prime real estate, certainly in California, probably in the United States, and possibly in the world. Many acres of grass, but of course it's where the school is located. And I mean, you go by it on any spring day, fall day, you may see a herd of deer out on the lawn feeding. And it's just so bucolic. It's now, Pepperdine is very expensive to go to, and obviously, that's why it's located in Malibu, and has that property, of course. So very elite people attend this school, and these girls were among that elite group. I don't know them personally, obviously. I don't know their background or their finances or anything of that nature, but it's probably safe to say they come from very good stock. And let me mention their names for, so we can pray for them and their families. It's Naeem Rolston, Peyton Stewart, Aisha Ware, and Deslin Williams. And they are all, I believe, different ethnicities, and very close. So I guess the saving grace in this is when they died immediately, no pain, and they died together. Now, let's go to the actual event. The suspect, who I'll name now, is Frazier Bohm, B-O-H-M. He was 22 years old, is 22 years old, uninjured, and they have arrested him and charged him with murder, which is, there has to be extenuating circumstances for him to be charged with murder. That's different than vehicular manslaughter or anything of that nature. But we do know now that he was traveling over 100 miles an hour on PCH. Now, ironically, sadly, the accident occurred on what's commonly known as Dead Man's Curve, the famous Dead Man's Curve. And he lost control of his BMW and he slammed into parked cars along the side of PCH. And these cars, the four students were walking away from Pepperdine towards another location. We believe it's possibly a nightclub or a restaurant. This was at 8:30 at night. And unless they heard the initial crash, well, even if they heard the initial crash of Bohm slamming into parked cars, they wouldn't have had the time to turn around to see what happened, because those parked cars hit them, killing them instantly. It must have been a gruesome sight. I have seen similar sights, not involving four people, and it's something you never forget. And this is an incident that I probably will never forget either, because it really touched me. And I'll tell you why. These innocent people were walking. They were about 4 miles away from Pepperdine, but Pepperdine spreads so far out. But probably from their dorm to where they were killed is approximately 4 miles. Now, most of this walk along PCH, they have sidewalks, but there are gravel shoulders as well. And it's something I never like to be on the shoulder of a road, period, even in my car, because I have seen people thinking that that car is moving and they slam right into that car. So I have, once you've seen these types of accidents and how they occur, you don't want to be a victim. But these girls are walking, probably in pairs, not impaired, but in pairs of two in front, two behind. I doubt it was 4 across, because there's probably not enough room. And I doubt it was single file, because if they're walking to a restaurant or a bar, that's probably not a fun walk, single file. So it's probably 2 by 2. And I don't know the exact location where they were struck by these parked cars, but it was approximately 4 miles from the school. Now, Mr. Bohm was, as I said, was arrested. Now he's charged with murder. And he is 22 years old. He's an athlete, a baseball player for the college that he attends. They have pictures online where he attended a perfect game camp. That was the name of the camp. My son attended that. And although it was a few years back, so, my son is like 26 now, and this kid is 24, so he didn't know him. But he was a baseball player, good-looking, blonde, surfer type, unless, now there's probably some things we don't know, whether or not he was impaired, intoxicated, under the influence of drugs, or racing, perhaps. But there was some other extenuating circumstance that caused them to charge him with the ultimate charge of murder. I'm not sad for him. It's unbelievable that he survived. It was a fiery wreck, but then he was protected inside his vehicle. The one saving grace is that Mr. Bohm's family is very wealthy. They have a $10 million compound in Malibu as well. That's where he was headed. probably after his baseball practice or game. And whatever possessed him to travel at that speed and then to lose control, absolutely foolish, just foolish. And he's going to have the rest of his life to atone for this. It won't bring back these beautiful, beautiful humans who were no doubt going to be successful and contributing to our society. I'm big on that. There are contributors and non-contributors in society, and it's very sad when you know that a future mother, grandmother, and wife, probably, and probably a working woman with a degree. The world has lost 4 beautiful human beings. And I pray for them every night, and I pray for their families and friends. This is the most difficult time you can imagine that they're going through. And as I said, I've been moved by this, thoroughly moved by this. And I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody in this event. The only thing I know is the area. That's it. But having seen similar incidences and the horrificness, if that's a word, of such an event, it's, I don't know. God works in mysterious ways, I suppose. So that'll do it for this episode, number 63 of Monday Morning Detective. And we hope to see you soon. Have a good day.